Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Let's Build a City. And this is part 2 of the McDonald's. And if you haven't seen part 1 already, do make sure to check it out. I'll leave a link in the description, and that's what we've built here so far, although I have made a couple of changes which I'll tell you about now. So first of all, you might be able to tell is I've expanded the car park. Pretty simple, just added a few new spaces and had this hedge curve around here to match the sort of contour of the road as well. I also added a McDonald's sign on the floor, on the pavement here, it's on the road I suppose, and I've used things like hay bales and wool along with the stained concrete to make it look a bit worn. You know, it's on the floor, it's been driven over and that sort of thing. Also added in a little crossing over here and an arrow. The hedges run all the way around this way as well, and I also added a little McDonald's Wi-Fi box as well. I should probably turn that on as well. But apart from that, I think that's pretty much all we've done. Apart from I changed the floor into quartz. So today's episode is all about doing the interior of a McDonald's, which is very important because that's where the magic happens, and probably adding in a couple of little bits of detail on the outside as well. First things first, I need to sort the floor out. I don't want to keep it this plain white, and if you think of the colours of McDonald's, they're usually yellow and red. So I'm going to add some more yellow into this build by having the floor be a sort of checkered colour. And something to note before I start this is I'm going to leave a 1 block gap around the edge. So I'm not going to build on these blocks or these blocks, and stick around in the video to find out why that is. So let me go and alternate this pattern until we get to that side. Okay, there we go. That took quite a while, but it does look quite good. It looks like a good restaurant floor, and it definitely brings the yellow into the build as well, making the yellow and red of McDonald's really pop. So I said about leaving this 1 block gap, and I'm going to show you why now. Brickwork. It doesn't really work for the interior of a McDonald's or a restaurant, and any building really. It doesn't look great on the inside. So we're pretty much going to wallpaper this. So we're going to go like this and cover up all of the parts with brick. In fact, let me leave a gap where these wooden bits are, because they're okay, and we can always fit seats and tables in there as well. So let's sort of wallpaper over this, and we can always change this white into a more attractive colour, a more appealing colour for the restaurant itself. But we're going to just do a basic white coat, as if it was paint anyway. So let's cover all of this up now. And there we go. Now it looks a bit more realistic. You wouldn't see brickwork just left on the inside of a building. Okay, so the next part is to actually find out where the kitchen is. And you can already sort of tell this top left hand corner is where the kitchen and the serving area is going to be, because that's where the drive-through windows are. So let's go ahead and we'll use a block to section it off. Now I guess we could have a counter made out of wood. In fact, I don't know if that would be so realistic. Let's see what other blocks that we can use, because I know in a lot of British McDonald's there is sort of a brown theme which goes with McDonald's, which is sort of weird now I think about it, like a brown and grey theming. But yeah, we can have brown in here, although I don't know if that really fits with the yellow. Let's try something like the grey. Let's do a couple of these greys here. See if one of these works for a counter. See, that works. Let's use this dark grey here. Okay, so this is where the counter's going to be, where you order your food, you walk up to it, you buy your food, and then obviously sit back down and enjoy whatever you've bought. Now we're going to need to separate that off, of course. Let's use red as well. We want to add a bit of red on the inside here, and we can make this all seem like it's lining up properly by lining this up with the pillar there. It might be a little bit of a strange way to position this, but I suppose that works. I mean, we can keep this whole area maybe just for the serving bit and this bit to be the restaurant, because it is still quite a lot of room there. And what I might do is actually add another pillar here. Whether we'll have that as a half pillar or not, I'm not sure. Let's see. Let's go ahead and add in this just to make it symmetrical. Makes it look quite modern as well, using these big, bright, bold colours. Alright, that's pretty good. And then we probably are best to go and add in this for the menu. In fact, we're going to need a ceiling on here as well. We'll probably end up going for a white ceiling, I imagine. So I guess let's add that in quickly before we move on. Okay, so as you can see, I decided to go for a grey roof instead, just so not everything was too bright and white. Anyway, let's continue. Also, I will be adding some lights in as well at some point. So this is our main, well, you wouldn't call it a bar, but the main serving area. And let's go ahead and add in something just to section it off. I mean, is that a bit low? If we go like that, does that look okay? Not sure about that. Let's use a couple of quartz just to see if we can make this blend in just slightly better. There we go. I think that looks alright. And then we can have obviously the menu of whatever we've got up there as well. In fact, this might be a good time to add in a couple of our custom little I was about to call them stickers, but little designs that we've put on the maps. So let's go and add one. Oops, no, not that. We could either have one there. Maybe we'll just have this in the top over here. There we go. Alright, that looks good. And then we can put some signs down as well, where we'll eventually have the orders on. Which would look better? That, or that. I guess the birch is, because it's sort of the most white looking one. There we go, that looks good. And let's sort of section off where we want the rest of this to actually go. So we're going to need a way for the workers to actually get in as well. So we need to think about that. And we want it to look modern still, so we're going to have to section some bits off. So we've got the little drive-through area where they can take their orders. That's where they're going to serve there. We can have some kitchen units in the centre. Let's grab a solid block and section some of this off. We can use a yellow maybe. Maybe we should just go for a wooden design, because I was thinking before, in a lot of actually we best use this just to keep it. Oh, that is the same. I thought they were different blocks. In a lot of British McDonalds especially, there's a lot of wood that's actually featured in the design of McDonald's. So let's section off a couple of these little areas with some big wooden walls. And obviously we can build tables and stuff against these, so it shouldn't look too plain or out there like that once it's all done. But that's looking good, I think, so far. We can add in a little doorway here for the workers to go in. Obviously staff only. Maybe if you're building this yourself, you can add in a little staff only sign there too. Right, main part, let's get some tables added down. Now what do we want to make them out of? I guess a sort of white would look good. Maybe we can use sandstone as well. Let's see what these look like together. They look great, I think. Maybe if we do tables like this. Yeah, I think that'll work quite nicely. Right, let's start off by adding some tables near the windows. So we'll have some which go along like, actually I know what we'll do. In a lot of McDonald's you have quite high up tables now and then. So what's the block I'm looking for? There it is. If we go like this, we can have raised tables which have like stools which you can sit on, and these sometimes have like little computers for kids to play on or stuff like that. So let's go ahead and add this in. I think this might look quite cool. We'll add a few legs here and there. Let's see if is this gonna line up. Not exactly, but that's fine. There you go, that looks quite good. And then we can go ahead and add in some actual seats. So let's go for, if we're going to use sandstone, I guess we can use sandstone for the seat, the stools as well. I mean, let's go like this. Does that look okay, or is that a bit far away? How about if we go and alternate it so it doesn't link up with the other fences? There we go. Let's get rid of this one in the middle. Alright, so it's looking good. Oh, let's see if I can actually put it in properly. There we go. Right, let's add in some of these stools around the table. Okay, now we're going to go and add in some lighting, and I think the best way we're going to do this is probably with sea lanterns, because obviously they do look modern anyway, so it doesn't take too much to actually make them look great. In fact, we could use redstone lamps. This could look quite cool as well, and add a bit of depth as well, so it looks like the lights are sort of hanging down, which is what they actually do in the McDonald's restaurants. Right, so we have one there. It's trying to make these sort of line up symmetrically, which is the difficult part. Let's see if we go. If it flipped around the other way, that would have been handy. I guess we can go like that. Actually, let's do this the other way, just so it's a little bit less noticeable. Well, there you go. That lights up two at once. That's great. There we go. That looks alright. That's a good little seating area for people to go. And let's go ahead and add in some more tables and chairs. Alright, I'm going to add in a sofa looking area, because sometimes you do get these sofa type seats in McDonald's too. Well, hopefully you do all over the place, or else I'm going to sound weird. But yeah, they do have these more comfortable type seats in a lot of the McDonald's near where I am. So let's go ahead and add that style in. Let's make these just a tad bigger, these tables. You've got to fit all the food on it. I'm going to do a little Happy Meal box design as well. I'll show you that in just a second. It's really simple, but I think it will look really cool actually. Let's add a couple more tables over here. Oops. And this obviously is a really easy way of doing tables. You can make some better designs which actually work a lot better, but I'm not so good with interiors, as you can probably see. But I think this works, you know, it gets the picture across, and you can actually put stuff on top of the table, which is handy as well, because I like having things actually function properly. Let's add, we got to be careful here actually, this is where people will be queuing. We probably could have a little sauce area, so where you can add like little ketchups and all that sort of thing. So let's go ahead and try one of these. Let's see if we go like that, and then like that, and then we bridge the gap in the middle there, and we can make a little dispenser like that, and I guess we can have a button. Redstone, that would make a good ketchup dollop, or red dye. I'm thinking, let's have a look at the red dye, see what that looks like. Yeah, we'll use that as ketchup. There we go. So if we go and plonk that there, we can fill that up. We can place that down, and we can put a little logo on the front as well. There it is. We'll use that, and we'll use redstone as the as a thing. Wait, are we going to be able to do this, I wonder? Or have they patched this? Because I've done this before in the past. Let's see, maybe if we use a lever instead? Oh, that's not going to work, that's annoying. Right, let me try something else. If I go like that, and then we put down a red block like this, and then do that. Put some of this ketchup in. It's quite brightly coloured ketchup actually. Maybe the redstone would have worked better, but obviously you can change this. Oh, there you go. Look, it gives you a little bit of ketchup out the side there. So let's put down a little pressure plate, and then it looks like it's a type of tray or something that you should put your cup down on or whatever. There we go. If we do that, oh, that's great. Okay, I like that. It actually works properly. Everything like that. It is cool. Right, we'll do that there as well. Right, so you got your ketchup dispenser. We've got some seats. We should probably add some more seats, really. Some more normal looking tables and chairs. Let's do just another one over here. I suppose it's not too much in the way. It just sticks out a little bit, but that's not too bad. There we go. Let's go like that. Pretty simple. So this is the queuing area. We can always add in a little bit of glass just to divide off the queuing area from everywhere else in the restaurant. There we go. And does that make sense? Sort of. We'll just do like that as the queue. There we go, and we'll put another table. Actually no, because you got to wait for your order sometimes as well. Alright, let's get rid of that. Let's think. Okay, we're just going to separate it off like that. There you go. It's like the main restaurant from the queuing area. There are a couple of extra tables as well. Let's go and add some bins in as well, because obviously you don't want people littering. You've got to discourage that as much as you can. Obviously, pretty simple bin design. I'm sure you've all seen it before. We'll just use this. So we'll put these like that. There you go. You can just put that in the bin there. We'll have a couple more bins over here. In fact, no, we should probably prioritise having tables over bins, I'd say. Let's start with the sofa. And I was going to use what are they called? Sandstone stairs. That's a mouthful, isn't it? Sandstone stairs. Try and say that real quick. Right, there we go. Let's put these tables down. And you should be able to fit in and actually sit down on these, so that's good. You can slide in and chill out eating your McDonalds. Alright, that's good. And then we can have like we can have a couple of bins over this side as well. Alright, that's looking good. Maybe if we add one more set of tables here, and then we're going to move on and do the kitchen itself. We should probably do those seats. There we go. Then you can actually fit in. Do you know what? One more kitchen, one more table and chairs. Right, here we go. Right, and then onto the kitchen. We can also add some modern art in and stuff like that at some point. But yes, the kitchen, which will be through here. First thing I'm probably going to do is swap out the yellow checkered part for black, just so it's that normal kitchen looking style. Okay, there you go. Instantly looks like a kitchen, or one of them like racetrack flags. But there we go. Right, we've got to keep the areas for the drive-through looking nice as well. Right, let's add in some kitchen appliances. So we'll need a smoker, blast furnace, and a furnace. We'll probably need a crafting table too, and we'll need a fridge. So we'll make that out of droppers, buttons, and doors like this. And we need a normal looking worktop thing, which I suppose would probably be I think if we used that, that would be a good idea. Right, on with the show. So let's start by adding in a double freezer or fridge. One could be a fridge, one could be a freezer, I suppose. And we're going to go and add in, actually let's whack that over there a minute because I need another block. There we go, we're going to add that in. Oh, controller's gone, 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. I quickly replaced the iron blocks. Well, whatever they were, they're now iron blocks. It just fits in with the doors a little better. And let's go and add in a little cupboard either side. This then means we can put that on for that part. And we're going to need, I guess if we do that button there, it sort of looks like drawers as well, or like cupboards that you can open. So it does still work. Let's quickly get rid of that. I know I should put it in the bin. We'll go and pick it up afterwards. It's just a messy construction site. Let's get some pressure plates as well. Make it look like some chopping boards. Some actual areas where you can work and prepare food. Let's whack that out there as well. We don't need that. As well, I just realised we need deep fat fryers. That's a massive part of McDonald's, obviously. Let's go and add in a big grey wall here. Actually, it sort of can be like one of them big metallic walls where it's just going to be covered in grease and fried stuff. But that's fine. There we go. We'll add that like that and have it coming along to there. There you go. It makes things look neat and tidy. Right, let's make these big fryers. So this is what for like the chips and all of that good stuff. And there we go. We can have a bit of a worktop made out of white there as well. We're going to need ovens and all that jazz as well in the middle. So we'll go like that, and we can have 2 cupboards. In fact, no, we can have cupboards up here. Because they obviously act as cupboards because you can open them like that. And let's add a little prepping station with some chopping boards there as well. Okay, that's looking good. Now we want extractor fans galore in here, basically. Let's get a couple of different options. So if we're going to want to be able to extract all of this grease and nastiness up into those extractor fans that we put on top of the build a little earlier on. In fact, that was in the last episode. On the roof we put some extractor fans on. There we go, that looks quite good. Maybe if we go like that. There you go, that actually probably makes a little bit more sense. There we go, and if we delete these, adds a bit more depth in there as well. We can add some water in to these just so it looks like there's something in there. In fact, we can dye the water as well, can't we? So we can make it look like actual grease and oil. Where are the dyes? I literally just had to bring them up, didn't I? Let's have a look. Boom, 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 boom. Let's use an orange and a yellow to make this look a bit more realistic. I say more realistic. It looks a bit, I'd be worried if it looked like that, but there you go, that'll do. We got a couple of bits there. That's obviously for brewing a drink. We should have a milkshake machine. Let's get a milkshake machine going. So we want, I guess we can use wool because they're quite bright colours. We'll have strawberry, strawberry, chocolate and vanilla, which is, I suppose, that sort of colour. Actually, we'll just stick with strawberry and chocolate there. And we'll do a couple of dispensers. So let's grab a dispenser out the wall here, wherever it is, just so we don't have to go through the old things. We are a little bit pressed for time, but that's okay. And can we, oh, we can't put the levers on the actual dispensers now. Oh yeah, we can. There we go. That's great. We'll do that, and then we'll put some quartz on top there. That's great. Over here we can just put a couple of counters where they can take orders, of course, and we've got to put a couple of tills here as well. Alright, this McDonald's is pretty much done, but one thing we do have to add in, obviously, is a couple of meals and stuff. So let me show you this cool little design. If we go like that, and we grab an item frame, and we grab that little design that we have over here. Thank you. We just put it on a map, you see. We can have a couple of Happy Meals laying about. So if we have that there, plonk that on there. There you go. And then you can actually fill that full of, well, whatever food you want to serve. I assume Happy Meal or a Big Mac or whatever. Let's not destroy it. There we go. Let's move these and we can actually have one ready to go. There we go. Plonk these on here and there, and then we can cover it either side with that little logo, and then you can go hop up here and get whatever's in there. Should we put a little Happy Meal inside of it? So what would that be? It'll be under one of these, wherever food is. So we're going to want 2 bits of bread for a bun. We're going to want some chips, obviously, or some fries, so baked potatoes. There we go. We'll do 20 of those, and a burger as well. So there we go. We'll put the burger in like this, bump, bump, and like that. And then we have the fries in like that. We'll just leave it how that is actually for a minute. We can put a drink in, potion of swiftness, like so. And if it's a Happy Meal, I suppose they need a toy in there as well. So that's a baby. And obviously in survival, you can break the shulker box and keep all the contents inside. Obviously it won't have the McDonald's logo on it, but it's a pretty cool idea anyway. But there you go, that's pretty much it, to be honest, for the interior. Other things I suppose we could add in are some proper lighting. So let's go ahead and add a couple of different bits. Let's see, what can we use? Let's use some trapdoors, because they can always help add a bit of life to things. Let's have one there, sort of in the centre, and we can cover it down like this. I'm not overly keen on glowstone myself, but I do quite like how it's a warm light compared to these are more of a colder white light. But you just keep whatever ones that you guys think looks best. Obviously you can use the redstone lamps, but you always have to have a power source to them. You can always go ahead and add in some lights like this as well. There we go. If we go like that, and you can cover them up by putting this up, and it should give out the same amount of light. I don't think it blocks the light being not transmitted but emitted, I suppose. If we go and add in some lighting in here, we need some good kitchen lighting, I suppose. So there we go. Let's plonk these in, and then we should be good for the McDonald's interior. I think it's turned out really nicely, to be honest. There's the inside of the kitchen. Obviously you could probably fill these cupboards with boxes full of pre-made Happy Meals or whatever. You got to fill it through with the fill stuff full of coal and ingredients as well. We've got our working ketchup dispenser and all sorts. I mean, I really like it. I think this turned out really nice. We've got the McDonald's logo there as well. But if you did like this video, which I hope you did, make sure to leave a thumbs up, because it does help us out a lot. And make sure to suggest what you want to see built in the next episode. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll see ya next time.